Despite the commendable achievement by UCDA, the task ahead is enormous and requires empowering and supporting the successor agency to sustain, consolidate, and build on UCDA achievements. Mainstreaming UCDA into MAIF immediately risks compromising quality and research efforts and may lead to information asymmetry. It would also jeopardize critical functions, leading to adverse effect on Uganda coffee export and competitiveness. The committee notes that countries like Kenya and Ethiopia, which attempted immediate rationalization from the agency model to the ministry, suffered setbacks resulting into reduced coffee production for export. These countries have since reverted to the agency model. The committee is of the view that the mandate of UCDA being a going concern, as it promotes one of our key export earners, that has a multiplier effect throughout the economy, is better served by the agency model in the interim as the ministry builds capacity to seamlessly take over the mandate of UCDA. UCDA contribution to the Treasury. The committee was informed that UCDA contributes to the National Treasury through collection of non-tax revenue, which is remitted to the Consolidated Fund. Over the years, UCDA contribution to the National Treasury has been growing. For example, in the financial year 2023-2024, UCDA was allocated 44,756,000,000, while it contributed 82,253,000,000 to the National Treasury. In conclusion, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, given the above achievement and commitments, the committee recommends that UCDA be rationalized subject to a 3-year transition period to enable MAIF build capacity to execute the mandate that is under UCDA. The committee further recommends that during the transition period, the minister,
Honorable members, can you listen?
This is something very important. Right Honorable, I want to repeat.
You repeat the conclusion.
And I beg my colleagues to be calm. Time will come for debate. Given the above achievement and commitment of UCDA, the committee recommends that UCDA be rationalized subject to a subject to a 3-year transition period to enable MAIF build capacity to execute the mandate that is under UCDA.
Honorable members, I will not allow.
Furthermore, the committee recommends that during the transition period, the Ministry of Agriculture updates Parliament biannually on progress towards attainment of the requisite capacity to undertake the mandate of UCDA. Upon a satisfactory progress report to Parliament, the Minister responsible for Agriculture shall submit a statutory instrument for approval of Parliament to commence the Act. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I beg to report. Thank you so much, Right Honorable. That was phase 1. And I was going to invite my colleagues, as I stated earlier yesterday.
But you shouted, you are shouting.
Yes. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I have 2 minority reports. One from Honorable Asinasi and one from Honorable Abed. And I would like to invite Honorable Asinasi to give their areas of dissent as per this. Thank you.
I want to thank the chairperson of the committee.
Honorable members, why are you making noise? What's wrong with Abed?
The minority reports.
Honorable Abed, you need to move near to present your minority.
The Shadow Minister of Agriculture, together together with a number of members on this committee, and that is Honorable John Paul Mpalanyi, Honorable Santa Okot, Honorable Stella Isodo, Honorable Kabugo Florence, Honorable Charles Matovu, and Honorable Aol Betty had dissenting views against the majority report, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we had dissenting views against the minority report on issues of regulatory risks, quality risks assurance, market risk assurance.
Honorable
Right,
members,
Honorable Speaker.
listen.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we do still note that mainstreaming this very critical and specialized agency, the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, into the parent ministry will compromise and affect the delivery of the technical and regulatory functions this agency has been undertaking since its inception by an Act of Parliament in 1991. Right, Honorable Speaker and members, the main objective of this bill is to ensure that UCDA is abolished. And Right, Honorable Speaker and members, the moment that the majority
UCDA
says,
UCDA is not going to be abolished, but it's going to be absorbed in the ministry. I don't want us to misinform people out
Right,
and play to the gallery.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the bill.
Now, what are you shouting about? What are you shouting about?
Right, Honorable Speaker, with your wise guidance,
Let's use the
objective-
right words, not playing to the gallery.
The main objective of this bill is
You got it, you.
is to dissolve UCDA into the mother ministry. Right, Honorable Speaker, in scrutinizing the bill, the minority views were guided by the following questions as per the objective of rationalization.
And I don't want you to imagine that you own monopoly of shouting.
Right, Honorable
Let's
Speaker.
listen to the member.
Right, Honorable Speaker, one of the main objective of rationalizing UCDA into the mother ministry was whether the funding of the UCDA is a wasteful expenditure or it causes financial drain to the economy. Right, Honorable Speaker, 100% not at all. The funding of UCDA is not a wasteful expenditure. Instead, it greatly outperformed according to its mandate, which was given to it by that Act of Parliament. Right, Honorable Speaker, the minority noted that UCDA is a net save as it contributes heavily to the consolidated fund. And Right, Honorable Speaker, we note that in financial year 2023-2024, UCDA brought in Uganda shillings 82.25 billion in form of net R to the consolidated fund. Yet its budget was only 44.76 billion Uganda shillings. UCDA is therefore a net saver. Right, Honorable Speaker, this sector employs 12.5 million Ugandans. Right, Honorable Speaker and members, the coffee subsector contributed 55.5 to the total agricultural export in the financial year 2023-2024. But it also has, and this budget was 44.76 billion in financial year 2023-2024. However, the certificate of financial implication indicates that the net saving as a result of rationalization will amount to Uganda shillings 82.19 billion in financial year 2024-2025. Right, Honorable Speaker, then to UGX 85.59 billion in 2025-2026. Right, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, this means that the projected savings are even more than the approved budget. Right, Honorable Speaker, this can't be, thus renders the certificate of financial implication inaccurate and therefore should be withdrawn and a proper financial implication laid before this Honorable House. It's very evident in the proposed amendment, Bill the Uganda Coffee Development Authority 2024 under Clause 59, Clause 4, that there is no assurance of employment continuity for the staff, and therefore it's going to also affect the subsector where those farmers, the 12.5 million people, do earn a livelihood. Right, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, when the Coffee Marketing Board was terminated in favor of Uganda Coffee, I'm finalizing, in favor of the Coffee Development Authority, and finally to Coffee Act of 2021, all these processes, government invested in huge sums of monies, and those who were there can attest that UCDA's achievements is a million reasons why we also reject rationalization of this entity. Right, Honorable Speaker and members, why the rush? Why the rush, Honorable Speaker and colleagues? Why take back a very critical and uniquely expertised outperforming baby back to the mother ministry that is in intensive care unit? Right, Honorable Speaker, do we want to kill the coffee sector?
What is in intensive care unit? Honorable members, you don't chorus like you're in a national theatre. What is in intensive care unit?
Right, Honorable Speaker, given the ineffectiveness...
Honorable members.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Listen. This ministry is under you. You do oversight over this ministry. So you left it to be under ICU. No, we need to be, honorable members, we need to be calculative in the words that we use. Huh?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for your wise guidance. Right Honorable Speaker.
So in which ICU can I get agriculture?
Right Honorable Speaker, I withdraw the word. Right Honorable Speaker, there is a saying.
Honorable members.
Right Honorable Speaker, I was saying,
Flavia,
do we want to kill the coffee sector as it has been with the tea,
ladies,
the vanilla, tobacco and others? Right Honorable Speaker, there is a saying that if it is not broken, then do not fix it. If UCDA is not broken, why fix it, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues? We should not insist on killing the institution we have built as Parliament through an act of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, the minority report finally recommends that, Right Honorable Speaker, the minority report therefore notes that the justification for rationalizing Uganda Coffee Development Authority is not reasonable, and the 12.5 million Ugandans earning a livelihood in coffee demand that the bill entitled the Uganda Coffee Development Authority Amendment Bill 2024 should not be passed. It should be rejected by this honorable House. And therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, the minority report strongly rejects personalization of Uganda Coffee Development Authority into the mother ministry. Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I beg to report.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity, and I want to remind the honorable members in the House that I was sent here by the people of Chimanya Kabonera, and I must have space. Right Honorable Speaker, UCDA, the main mandate of UCDA is to regulate all on-farm and off-farm activities in the coffee value chain, to promote and oversee the quality, and I want to underline the word, the quality of coffee along the value chain, to support research and development, promote production, and improve the marketing of coffee stakeholders in the country. It should be noted that UCDA's main mandate is regulatory and important to ensure compliance with the export requirements and international food safety standards. Anything that compromises UCDA will compromise our standards and our markets. UCDA is further mandated with the development and establishment of a traceability system intended, among others, to comply with EU deforestation regulation, which is of recent. There is also a requirement of corporate sustainability and due diligence directives. The traceability system, which is a regulatory tool, is supposed to register all participants in the coffee value chain. And it is UCDA that is mandated with that role. We observe that the current UCDA, that currently it is UCDA that is best positioned in terms of professional knowledge, human resource, systems, and accreditations to handle the mandate of quality assurance. And I want to ask the honorable members to underline the word accreditations. And all regulation requirements necessary for coffee value chain and international trade. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to elaborate on the accreditation. It takes 5 to 10 years for any system to be accredited internationally. 5 to 10 years. And accreditation involves pre-accreditation, application, desk review, on-site survey, and accreditation decision. That requires 5 to 10 years. The moment we tamper with UCDA, we are going to lose this accreditation. And it is not true that the minister will get the accreditation the next year. We need 5 to 10 years. Mainstreaming UCDA into MAIF risks compromising quality control and regulation, which will negatively affect coffee trade and markets. This will adversely impact on the coffee export from Uganda and our global competitiveness. We are going to be affected. We don't want to try what the neighbors in Kenya and Ethiopia tried and they failed. They rationalized their boards and they were terribly affected. MAIF, and I'm talking about Minister of Agriculture, in its current form, lacks capabilities, systems, and structures to handle coffee quality regulations and the stringent trade requirements for the markets in the coffee trade. MAIF does not have that capacity now. UCDA is designated as a center of Robusta excellence by the Coffee Quality Institute, which is an international institute, in addition to certification and accreditation of UCDA Coffee Laboratory in Rugogo. These tools are very important for our markets. We note that rationalization of UCDA may lead to loss of certifications and accreditations, thus affecting coffee markets. Recommendations. We recommend that rationalization of UCDA, if done, it should be with a transition period of 5 years to allow Right Honorable, I must be protected.
Honorable members, can we have silence?
Right Honorable Speaker, if rationalization is to be done, my recommendation...
There's a procedure matter from Jonathan.
Madam Speaker, Rule 8.3 is very clear. The behavior of members in the House. Rule 8.3, let us listen to a member. Then when we have dissenting views, we will contribute. Madam Speaker, are we proceeding right as a parliament when a member is talking and we are interfering with the member on the floor?
Honorable members, if you feel you cannot be quiet when somebody is speaking, if you're not tolerant enough, the doors are open. Before I send you out myself.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Don't make me go into that extreme. Listen, everybody is being listened to.
Right Honorable Speaker, my recommendation is that if there is any rationalization of UCDA, there should be a transition for 5 years. And my justification is that we need...
Barada, you're not shouting at your co-wife.
Right Honorable Speaker, we need a period of 5 to 10 years to establish the systems and structures that will lead us to get accreditation as a nation. Right Honorable Speaker, I have proposed that in these 5 years, if of transition, the government of Uganda should provide adequate funding to promote coffee in the northern Uganda, including Lango, Acholi, Kalamoja, and West Nile. This area has been waiting for coffee for perennial cash crop for a long time. I've also made a recommendation, Right Honorable Speaker, that in these 5 years, UCDA should be provided additional money for coffee seedlings to the farmers that are required by farmers strategically to help us meet the 20 million bags and meet the target of 2030. Fourthly, government should put in place a fertilizer loan scheme to avail fertilizers to the farmers who need these fertilizers. Right Honorable Speaker, I've also proposed that government should expedite the establishment of the Food and Veterinary Drug Regulatory Agency. And it should be this agency in the future where we put coffee and other food crops that need regulation.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
There's a procedure matter.
Honorable Bedi, have a seat.
Procedure.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we are discussing the bill, either to rationalize or not. We are not in those nitty-gritties of the advantages of the other side. So we need to know from Honourable Abed whether he's here to tell us to rationalize or not to rationalize, other than diverting us and taking us off the major topic. So through your office, Right Honourable Speaker, is Honourable Abed proceeding in the right direction of misleading the whole team by proposing a creation of other things that are not necessary?
Honorable members, you've heard from Honorable Abedi.
Right Honourable, allow me in a sentence to conclude. Right Honourable Speaker, I represent the people of Masaka. We are a coffee growing area. I want to request the members of Parliament that when a Honourable Member of Parliament is presenting, we should be calm, we should allow to listen, and I want to remind you, we came here by our own right. Nobody should ever think that I can come on a microphone and you intimidate me.
Honorable
I represent
members.
the people of Masaka.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Government Chief Whip. Honorable members. Honorable members, we have two scenarios here. One, there are actually three. One, you don't rationalize. And when you don't rationalize, you don't go into second reading. That's number one. Number two is that you rationalize and go and give it 3 years transition period. And in the 3 years, the minister will be required to bring a statutory instrument after the 3 years. That is the second scenario. The third scenario is a transition period of 5 years. Okay? Are we together? That is, that's where we are. I will, Honorable Bua. Honorable Bua, Medi.
Olwaleero tubadde ku nsonga ey'emmwanyi. Mwaze mutulaba olunaku lw'eggulo twabadde ku nsonga ya pamba, ku nsonga y'amata, ne tutandika nga tuteekawo embeera nga tugezaako okulwana ku bintu bino. Naye ate ekyatukubye encuucukwe nga bannaffe abava mu bitundu ebyo ebirima pamba, ab'amata, ab'ente naki, nga bo bagamba nti nedda ffe tetufaayo ebitongole ebyo tubigalewo, gavumenti ekole kyeyagala okukola. Tugamba kati abantu be tulwanako ate bo beeyisizza batya? Anyway, tugamba tugenda kulinda olwaffe kubanga emmwanyi wano mu bitundu bya wano ebisinga e Buganda, aba Western Uganda nabo actually batandise okulima emmwanyi, ogenda mu bitundu bya Northern Uganda nabo batandika. Ne tugamba nti nedda okutaasa emmwanyi yaffe okugikwata tugiwe Ministry eya Agriculture tuba twonoonye n'akatono akaliwo. Tetugamba nti UCDA tuukiridde nnyo bo tebakola nsobi oba ki, weewaawo nabo balina bye balina okutereeza ekitongole ekyo. Naye ffe tugamba nti bw'ogitwala mu Ministry buli kimu kigenda kufa kuba tuzze tulaba gavumenti buli kyekwatako ekyonoona bwonoonyi. Emmwanyi baali baagala gikwata twale wa pineti era bwe butateekawo mbeera bannayuganda ne bayimuka kyali badde kyakolebwa dda kati kye bagezaako okuteekawo ne tugamba nedda tubadde wano of course nga tulaizinga ensonga nga tulaba ate baagala giddusa speed sipiika bw'agamba oli wa NRM kakati isa motion tususpendinge rule eno tukole tutya ne tugamba nedda ekyo tekijja kubeerawo era njagala kwebaza ababaka bannange tuyise mu rules kubanga rules zitukkiriza okuwakanya sipiika kyabasazeewo ne tuyimuka rules zigamba nti abantu 40 bwe bayimuka basobola okuchallenginga ruling ya sipiika tuyimuse tubadde bayitirivu nga tugamba nti nedda era sipiika agamba kakati mwe njaba suspendinga ne mugamba nedda eno si indiscipline tuyita mu mateeka gaffe nga tugamba tuwakanye ekyo kyosazeewo era kino kitulaze omutima bannaffe kye bagezaako okukola nti ekintu kino bakiremeddeko bakyagala nnyo nti baagala n'okumenya amateeka tugambye sipiika okusookera ddala tugoberere amateeka ekyokubiri twagala buli omu awulirizibwe lwaki mwagala okukiyisaawo mu nkukutu kyomukisa omulungi naye alabye nti kyabadde agezaako okukola kikyamu mu mateeka ensonga y'emmwanyi n'agivaako katuze ku birala tekitegeeza nti biwedde enkya bayinza okugikomyawo kati ffe tugamba nti ogusula gukuwa empoza n'enkya tujja kubeerawo nga tulemeddeko ku nsonga y'emmwanyi